They're an essential, really, in every single bathroom. But if you think all toilets are the same, think again. Scott Tweedy is at the HIA Home Show in Sydney, and he's going to show us a toilet that thinks for itself. Wow. Hello, Scotty.
What's Morning, Sarah Harris. Morning, Studio 10. How are you?
You're a scruncher or a folder, Scotty?
Yep, there we go. Done and dusted. Scruncher or a folder? I am a folder, Sarah Harris. I am a folder. But this morning is all about the game of porcelain thrones. Yes, you're about to see the future when it comes to toilets. I've just got to put my finishing touches to my hairdo here. And we're looking good and ready for some live TV. Now, here is a man that knows everything when it comes to smart toilets. It's my friend here, Gary, and it seems like we're in sync with our bodies, Gary.
We are. These are a very smart toilet today.
Yep. Well, if you're like me and you hate your paperwork, these are the toilets that cut out all sorts of paper. Gary, what have you got for us? What's the best in the biz, mate?
Well, I've got all sorts here today, but this one here alongside of us is one of our top model lines, so let's have a look at it.
All right, you finished? You ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just about done yet. No, I'm not to go.
Come on, mate. Family audience, family audience. All right, okay. Gary, tell me about this U-Butte toilet you've got here.
This is the 763. It has everything that you want. It's got the heated seat. It's got all kinds of things, and even has a fly in this one just for the little boys' aiming practice. That's done into the ceramic on the back there.
You don't have to have a fly in your toilet, though. That's just optional there.
It is. It certainly is. You can have it or not have it, and we'll just switch it on right now.
Let's switch it on and do a little test run of this, Beth. This is going to blow your mind what this toilet can do, everyone.
So we'll just put our little pretend bottom in, and that's like us sitting on the seat. So it's ready to go. It's now we'll just... we were handing out raincoats last week, but we'll just use this today. And if you listen, this one has music in it. So some sounds of nature are going on here. These sounds of nature.
Can you act? There's literally there's birds chirping right now. Why do you need those sounds?
You need those sounds of nature so that your sounds of nature aren't heard at the other end of the corridor. You can have 5 different channels, you can have 3 different volume settings, or you can just switch it off.
Does it take requests like karaoke?
We're working on it, but we need a good number of artists to come forward.
What about that song? I feel the earth
move under my seat.
Or cheeks.
Yes.
All right, back to the toilet. Back to the toilet. Yep.
Here we go. So I'll just pop this thing in here so we won't get all wet, and we're ready to go. So it thinks we're sitting on it, comes with a remote control. Here it is here, and it has all sorts of features and functions.
Let's switch it on and show it. We've just done a number 2. What do you do?
Well, we just press the button that says wash my bottom, and here it goes.
Okay.
Here it is.
Switching it on now.
And if we...
Look at this.
Look at this rinses before it comes out, and here it comes. And we can adjust the pressure and the temperature and the position, and we can make it have a little bit more fun if you'd like. And if that's not enough, we can actually introduce air into the flow. So it's like you're having lemonade squirted up here. Here we go.
You mean like a sparkling water on your bottom?
Yes, and
that's like a health thing.
It is a sparkling water, and we can wash away. And when we're all done, all we have to do now is just press the little drying button on here. Now that's you're clean like you've never been. It's going to auto flush while you're sitting on here, and there it goes. It's flushing away, and it will now bring out the dryer, which will dry everything down there, so you don't really need this.
Can I feel the drying pressure? Is that
you can just pull that out of the road, and you can feel that.
It's like a sauna in there. It's like a warm sauna on your tush. Now, if that blaster won't sort you out, it's got different functions as well. We can always go to the gurney, the high pressure system. That exhibit's just next door, so we'll hit that up a little bit later.
Yes. And if in doubt, see your friendly doctor.
Yeah. So it's also got heated seats as well. This is basically living luxury. How long can you spend on a toilet when you own one of these?
You can spend all day on it. That's one of the beauties of this thing. It never runs out of warm water. It's the right temperature all the time. And if you want a bit of extra toasting while you're having a dry off, you can just keep pressing the button and stay there all day.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for always having our back sides. All right. How much does one of these cost? How much does that cost?
They're about $4,000.
About $4,000. So dip into that savings.
I'll get 2.
But I tell you you what, you'll spend a lot of time in your life on one of these.
Got to ask the
You
question
certainly
though,
will.
Scotty.
And men spend more time on the toilet than the girls. That's
Men
they
spend
do.
more time on the toilet than
They're
women.
hiding
Yes, Sarah,
from
what's
it.
your question?
We know it does all the washing and the heating and the singing and all that sort of stuff, but does the lid come down on its own?
Lid.
Does the lid come down on its own?
Yes, if I just tap that there, and we'll just stand clear. It now thinks we've just gotten off, so it'll just flush by
Look at
itself.
that.
The lid will close. You're already heading back to the bathroom,
Every
to the
woman's
bedroom,
dream.
and that's just shutting
Yep.
down. There we
Wow.
go.
This is living, Gary. And so if you want to come and see Gary, he's down here till Sunday at the Sydney Home Show. There's all sorts of toilets, including this one here, which we've called the Kerry Ann Kennelly. Look at that.
That's
It's got
nice.
the marble throne here as well. So all sorts of toilets. Good on you, Gary. Thank you so much for sharing your toilet humour with us.
Thanks. Life's good when it's a full flush.
Scotty, what? I reckon you could save a few marriages.
Well,
with that stuff.